Good morning, everybody. It's Javier, and I want to thank you for being here this morning to learn about Calendly, which is a very powerful tool that is not being used by enough people. So, what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to actually walk you through how simple it can be to organize yourself. And I believe that one of the keys to success, especially lasting success, is to automate as much of your business as you possibly can. And you can even automate as much of your life as you possibly can so that you can focus on the business side on the things that matter most. Now, what would you say is what matters most in this business? Anybody? What should you be focusing your time on? Anybody?
Marketing, organization.
Marketing, organization, and we're going to start to kind of narrow it down. That's it. Marketing. That is the answer in regards to that, but we're going to narrow it down even further down the funnel. Everything that I like to talk about, I like to think of it as a funnel. Marketing is up here. This is how wide the funnel is, and it's going to end up being down here, commission or income at the end. We have marketing at the top, then what? What else goes down the funnel? Anybody? Come on, guys.
Prospects.
Prospecting. Okay, so now and now okay, marketing and prospecting, perfect. It's going down at the top of the funnel. That's what we're throwing in there. But what do we need next after that?
Communication, contact.
Okay, but we're talking really very, which is right. Communication. It all leads to what? Now we need things like appointments. How many appointments? How many? We'll make it very simple to see whether this past week was a good week for you, or it was a waste of time, or maybe it wasn't a waste of time. You're just on vacation. I think I saw earlier, Joel. He's in Cancun, so that the last thing he needs to worry about right now is prospecting. You know that he just needs to focus on himself. But what I'm getting at is that how many illustrations did you run for potential clients this past week? And if you have zero, what would you say about that? And anything short of being on vacation, what would you say to a zero illustrations being run this past week? What would you say? Anybody?
Hey, Javier, Joel here.
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
Even though I'm in Cancun, beautiful Cancun, there's nothing better but to have internet and an iPad where I did run some numbers for a client, and I had a few appointments before leaving, and I have a couple of them coming at the tail end of this trip. So the being portable in this business is amazing.
And not only that, I call it the laptop lifestyle, where on top of that, you can still be productive while you're down there sipping on margaritas, meaning that your bots, if you're leveraging the power of bots, or maybe you're leveraging the power of technology like Calendly, that you can come back to appointments. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. It's going to be outside of the norm, meaning it's not part of the actual, thank you. It's not part of the actual PowerPoint per se, but let me see if I can share it with you. I'm monitoring it over here. This is just my Gmail, and I didn't know how this happened. Well, I do know how it happened, but let me show you this real quick. And so you should be able to see this coming up in just 1 second. Right here, it's an appointment with this person at this time on the 29th at whatever time. Damn, people keep coming in. Hold on, let me just let everybody in. And so as you can see, two things that you'll see here, you'll see Candidly at the top, and it's a pension maximization review via Zoom, means I don't have to go anywhere. That's pretty cool. Another one right below that, another pension maximization review via Zoom. And so the point that I'm making is that these are appointments that I don't know who the hell these people are. All I know one thing, they are teachers, and that's it. Plus, I'm showing you the teacher one because I want to talk about that today. But I've got others for police. I've got two for firefighters. And so what I'm getting at is that I'm not going to get into that training part of the aspect. But if you didn't run any numbers this week, well, I'm telling you right now, you got to ask yourself, what are you doing? Because you're probably doing something that's not as important if you are doing that. I'll give you an example. I'm going to just go share a couple of good news. First things first, I want to congratulate these great people, starting with Knock. Knock is number one so far this month in the team as far as production is concerned. And she is currently, as of today, she's got 11 personal applications in the system. So I know she ran numbers. I know she's doing this along with the other great leaders that we have. Kathy Dargar, Danilo Dubak, they're both tied at number 2 with 9 abs. And then we have number 3, Mr. Alan Guerra with 8 on top of that. And so the point that I'm making is I know that before the applications, there were meetings, there were webinars, there was some sort of automation or just appointment setting is what I'm getting at. So I'm not beating up on anybody, but I'm telling you right now, we have to make sure we do not in any way, shape, or form get ourselves used to or justify the lack of results. It's not okay, unless that's what you want to do. Maybe you're just here to hang around and listen to me every week. I thank you for that, but I want to help you make money. I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money. We've paid millions and millions and millions to the members of our team because of the of the commissions they earn and the work they put in. And I'm very blessed to be able to sometimes just guide you a little bit. But if you're not holding yourself accountable to every weekend and twice a week, Marcela tells me, I don't like to hear, because I'm not into it for the money per se, meaning that I don't talk about, I'm not into it about my wife. That's all she does. She tells me exactly where the cash flow is so far in this month. Literally this morning, first thing, we were sitting watching the news, and she's telling me where we are cash flow month. She says, oh, Tuesday, here's the number for the month, because Tuesday they posted commissions for Tuesday, and that's the last payday of the month. Here's where we're going to end it. I mean, she's on top of it like you wouldn't believe. And if you are not that person, maybe you're like me, you need to find a person like that. And Marcela's not going to be your person. I'll tell you that right now. She could, she sees the numbers for everybody. And she's telling me exactly what number 1, 2, 3, 4, who, what everybody on the team is. And the ones that she never mentions are the ones that are, putting down some goose eggs, zeros. She doesn't get to the zero. We usually talk about the top 3, 5 people. And so I want to congratulate these great leaders that you see here on the screen, because they're doing exactly what we all should be doing, especially if you're at a point in your business where you need income. Don't be the one that says you need income, that you're behind the gun, the gas prices are killing you, and yet you're not doing anything. It's not okay. And so I'm just saying that because I want to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, but I don't believe us as humans, especially as adults, are made of sugar, where we're going to just simply dissolve because somebody tells us something that, oh, my feelings got a little hurt. Well, you know what, if that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. I only know how to be myself. And we can always just simply, click out of the webinar if it, for whatever reason, it's not something you like. So to me, I like to hold myself and like I told you, my wife holds me accountable in multiple fronts, not just in FFS. I run marketing companies or marketing campaigns in multiple industries. And so I get to hear it almost every day, definitely every week. We go, after we go have lunch, dinner. It's usually what we call a strategy session. Number 1, because we want to write it off, right? And number 2, because we do need to stay on top of it. And so, like Joel said, he's in Hawaii, he's in Cancun, knocking business out. We're leaving for. I was in Israel 2 in the morning. I was in Israel. I was in New York. On my way there, running numbers for people from the lounge at the airport. That's the beauty of it. You need a laptop or a tablet, and you can run your business if you really want to run it, literally from anywhere on earth. So congratulations to these great people here that are making it happen as well. I'm going to be in Van Nuys this Wednesday. We're going to be in Van Nuys working with the LAPD Van Nuys division. We're doing the fundraising barbecue. It's the last week before the actual Make It a Vegas race. And, I'm happy to report we actually already got some business. And the real business is going to be when we get there. This type of business requires you to be there and to do nothing but prospect. It's the 30-second commercial, as we call it. We have these we have these raffle cards that you see here. We're selling them for $1. And every single dollar that we raise is going to go back to the team. I'm donating the food. I'm donating the tablet. I'm donating everything. So I'm not there for my health. I'm not there because I like police that much. I think they're okay, but I'm not a groupie. And I'm there for only one reason, to generate business. That's it. And so people say, well, that's kind of selfish. It's not being selfish. It's just that, if you want to be so generous, you can go give everything you want to them. But for me, and they know it. They know the type of person I am. They've assured me we're going to be generating even more business. One of them is actually distributing flyers and postcards after I'm gone. But the point that I'm making is that, again, I would never ask anybody to do anything that I'm not doing myself. And I would never encourage somebody to do something that, again, I'm a product of. And learning the 30-second commercial is simple, because here, all we get when they come up to pick up their food or when they purchase their raffle card is enough time for us to hand them the raffle card and say something, and that's it, as they write stuff down. Who wants to tell me if you're working this event? And again, They're coming up to you, say, hey, by the way, you need to go over there and purchase your raffle card for the tablet. It's only $1, and it goes in its entirety to your Baker to Vegas team. Okay, cool. They go there, they're giving you $3. They're writing the information on the card, their name, their phone number, their email address, which goes, by the way, into my constant contact list of cops, which solves the problem of how do I talk to cops. Well, there you go. By the way, those appointments you saw with teachers came from emails as well, and so on. Who wants to go first? So here you are working the table. They're going to come up to you and say, hey, I need to purchase 3 raffle cards. Cool, here you go. And as they write down, what do you say? Anybody? Boom, you're on. Anybody? This is not the Rose Parade where we're just going to sit there and wave and thank you, officers, for all that you do. We're not there for that. Anybody, please. Anybody? Come on. I mean, we literally have 30 seconds. I mean, anybody. All right, well, we're going to continue. Nobody knows what to say. All right, well, we'll leave it at that.
I'll go, Javier. I just try to give everybody a chance to talk about it. I don't want to do all the talking. You're talking about actually at the barbecue, and then you're just having the conversations with them, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with the police officers, I usually just ask them, would they be interested in learning how to bulletproof their financial future?
Perfect. I mean, what you just said will do at the very least, Kathy, at the very least, somebody asking, what do you mean by that? That's a great way to lead stuff. I throw stuff out there, hopefully that they bite. And that's probably one of the most coolest phrases I've ever heard in my life. And I actually stole it from one of our teammates, one of my downlines, by the name of Scott Ogata. He's the one that actually, I don't know if he invented it, but he's the one that I heard it from, that I took it and ran 9 years ago. Bulletproof your financial. You know how many cops ask me, what do you mean by that? And then that opens up to an entire world of, as a matter of fact, we've given you what we call the power phrases before. So that's very true. Thank you very much, Kathy. And Kathy, do you want me to ask to see if there's any females interested in partnering up with you for Vegas or not?
Oh, no, I'm okay. My mom's going to go with me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, no problem. Because this year we are going to be working, and by we, I'm talking about us as a team. We're going to be working the Baker to Vegas table again at Baker to Vegas with about 10,000 cops running around. So I would encourage everybody to be ready for that. Anybody want to, before we go on, anybody want to say anything about that? Let me ask you guys another question before I get a heart attack. What do you bring to the table to police officers? What can you tell a cop, if you would, that will, raise awareness, interest? Because remember, what we want to do is we want to shut up and give them the card and say, check off the box about tax-free income, which is a hint for you right there. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm trying to share with you something here. Let me see if I can pull this up. And see, here you go. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to just break this up because we have a bunch of events coming up with police, and it's very difficult. When I ask, hey, who wants to come work at the police? I just want to know, what the hell you're going to talk about, because of the simple fact that if not, you're no good to anybody in regards to being at the event. If you're not going to talk, I mean, you have to talk. I mean, that's the whole purpose. Is I can only talk to so many people at one time, and when we split it up, then we all win because you get more people to talk to, and we have a lot of really good people that know how to do it. So maybe they're just giving somebody else a chance to at least try. But this is let me pull this up. This is just a very sterile environment. You can't screw it up. Just try. There's magic in trying. So I would encourage you to try. Anybody? All right. Well, let me just go ahead and do this. See if I can pull it up in time. And what I wanted to just hand you, again, if I can pull it up in time, is I wanted to hand you our police power phrases that I've given you about 1.5 million times, and try it. I want more people. We need to elevate the team's income. And the only way we're going to do that, of course, is by what we're doing right now, practicing, learning, but you gotta try. I mean, I have so much respect for people that try. I don't care how good or how bad the answers might be. There's great power in trying. So don't do that. So let me see what phrases here. MP4. Okay, here it is. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you in the chat, and hopefully you download it. Hopefully you go ahead and grab it. And just so you can know what it is that you're going to be receiving, I'm going to pull it up on the screen right now. It's very, very simple. This is, I'm going to call it old because, it's evergreen. This kind of information doesn't ever go away. So let me see if it's pulling it up. Oh, there it is. Here, very, very simple. Kathy got it dead on when she gave her answer. Let me see if I can pull it up here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. And so here, very simple, just power phrases. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Now, one of the things that's happening, we've actually have had a hard time finding people for some of our police live events.
Javier, hey, I don't know if it's just me, but I am not seeing any power phrases.
Okay, does anybody see the browser? Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, he might just have it on the wrong screen. You just have to, those little dots at the bottom of your Zoom, you got to push that.
All right. Well, like I said, so here we go. This is not training on this. We're going to talk about Calendly, but here you go. What do you do to teach police officers how to bulletproof their financial future by leveraging products and concept that most officers don't even know exist? Let me give you an example. Are you doing deferred comp? Yes. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Are you doing deferred comp? No. Okay, great. Blah, 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 blah. Fill out this card, check off the box at the top, and I'll be giving you a ring so we can meet via Zoom. Very, very cool. Especially when you do it via Zoom now. I've done it literally with officers sitting in their police cars on their phones because Zoom has an app, which is incredible. What do? We protect financial futures and help people retire with dignity and on their terms. Let me give you an example. Have you ever heard of an officer that retired and not wanted to work, but had to work because they underestimated, just how expensive retirement can be? Well, yeah, everybody. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with working, but long as it's because you want to. And then you just transition to your appointment card, and then check off the box, get their name and number, which most of the time they already did it because it's a raffle card, and you're done. We help people optimize their savings and retirement plans. Let me give you an example. Do you have deferred comp? Yes. Deferred comp came out, 1976. What other piece of equipment as a police officer do you carry with you today that was being used back in 1976? Not your car, not your gun, not even the baton, by the way. Literally. The only piece of equipment that resembles what it did in 1976 is probably a handcuff, and that's just because there's not a whole lot to it. However, blah, 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 blah. Very, very simple. All right, and so anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send you this via the chat. So even if you can't see the phrases, download this, and let's move on to the class, and then we're going to go ahead and continue. So let's go back to the PowerPoint so we can knock it out and get about our Saturday as well. So let me just pull this up real quick. So like I said, this is an event we're doing, and I'm very excited for it for a lot of different reasons, but we have a marketing approach that we're incorporating into it that before I get too further down the road with it, I want to go ahead and knock this one out, and then I'll be coming back to some of you if you want to be part of the other events that we're doing as well. So that's this coming Wednesday. And I'm looking forward to the event like you wouldn't believe. And then, of course, the roll calls and everything else that we do that you can do as well. So let's talk about Calendly. Now, Calendly is something I've been using for years. As a matter of fact, here's my account. Here's the one that I pay. I pay for the bigger account. I've had it, as you can see in the bottom, 18, 19, 2020, 2021, and soon to be 2022, because I think it's very difficult for you to maintain your sanity and efficiency without automating your business as much as you possibly can. And so what I mean by that, you have to be in a position to automate the important, and there's nothing more important than packing up your calendar. That's just the way it is. Whether it be on the recruiting side, whether it be on the production side, there has to be an automated element. People ask me all the time, how about Smart Calendar, the one you gave us? It's a great tool. It's a wonderful tool. It's free. It's for life. I have access to that master account, but yet I still have a Calendly, because Calendly, when you pay for it, it offers you some benefits that the free account does not. And I'm going to talk to you today about just the free version, and then I'll talk some of the benefits of maybe upgrading in just 1 second. So again, I've been using this for, well, you can see it here since 2018 on the paid level. I was using it even before then, the free account, and it was the best decision I ever made when I transitioned to the actual paid account. Anyway, so you can see it right there. And remember, I never make an excuse or try to justify having to pay for something. You're a business owner. You have to step up and treat your business like what it is, a business. So when people say, yeah, but it's 144, then get out of the business. If you really cannot afford it, I'm telling you right now, or you really don't want to invest a penny into your business, I don't know what to tell you other than your days are numbered, and go get a job as a life agent where they'll give you the tools, but they're not going to give you the money that you can earn as a business owner. So don't be afraid of that. I don't apologize for any expenses. And in the scope of things, 144 is literally nothing. So what you're going to do, it's quite simple. You're going to go to Calendly.com. When you go there, you're going to input your email address. And once you do that, it's going to go ahead and give you a password that you're going to select. Once you do that, you enter it. And what's very important is this. When you start setting up your account for the very first time, what's going to happen is it's going to ask you for your custom URL. Now, this doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is a big deal for your sake only, not for your potential schedulees. And so what this means is that you're going to have your own custom domain, Calendly. It'll be calendly.com / whatever's in the box. Mine defaulted to Javier-218. I don't like that. That's too hard, because when I need to go to my account, instead of just going to Calendly.com, I'm gonna text or email this to potential clients. And so it's going to be something you remember. So even though it suggested that, I went ahead and manually changed it to Leader in Action 2. And the reason that it's Leader in Action 2, because I already have a Leader in Action, which is the main one. And so what I'm going to show you is why this is so important, because when you schedule, or when people try to schedule with you, it's important that you have two things. Number one, a landing page, an actual landing page where people can go and book whatever they might need with you. Then the second thing is, when you do have an event, it's very important that you customize the name of the event for your potential client. You can do something like, say, we're going to set up a financial review, which is fine. And if you want to do that, you just need one link, and that's all you need. I found it to be a lot more useful when I have something like police retirement review, or educator retirement review, or teacher pension maximization review. And it's amazing how people gravitate to things that they see value in, especially when it's customized to them as an audience. You don't have to do it. I do it. That's why I'm here, to give you choices. Now, one thing you're going to do is you're going to also set up your work hours. By default, it goes Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I always check off Sundays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can have multiples. You can have hours for teachers, hours for police. Now, I don't know why the hell you would do that, but you could. So mine are always Sunday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Because if there's an appointment on a date and time that I personally can't handle, I would dish it off to somebody and just split it. I mean, it's better than losing it. And the money is in the actual booking of the appointment itself. And then lastly, it's going to ask you, who are you? What are you into? What are you trying to achieve? And what's your role at your work? Well, sales and marketing for me. And then that's it. It defaults to one event, which is what you see here, a 30-minute meeting. Again, you can leave it as it is for everybody, but I personally don't like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually exit this and go to the actual Calendly account, so you can kind of see how I do it. And again, it doesn't mean this is how you're going to do it. I'm just going to go to Calendly.com/login. And my main one that I use is always based on my leaderinAction.com. But because I can only have one landing page, and I'll show it to you right now, you will have to create a different email if you want your page to look different. And I'll show you what I mean in just 1 second. So what I'm looking at here is, this is the way I title them: Teacher Financial / Retirement Review, Police Financial / Retirement Review. You can name it whatever you want. But what I want to share with you today is the automation element. Automation element number one is the fact that you will have a landing page. So this is the way Calendly looks in the back office for me. But when I send somebody to these things, I have a choice of showing them primarily two views. One of them will be, let me go ahead and open this event. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the link to the let's just say police. We're talking police. And so when I copy the link here, excuse me, when I copy the link here and I paste it, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. And so let me go back. Guys, you gotta let me know, help me out, please. And so, anyways, I'm actually at the Calendly website right now. And what you'll see here, this is what they look like. This is what the events that you have set up look like. Now, I see that my main link is this. Remember, calendly.com/leaderinaction2. So whenever somebody goes to this link, it will show all of the events they can choose from, which in this example are basically 2. So I just clicked on it, and this is what they're going to see. So it's going to tell them, hey, this is Javier, you're a financial expert. Please choose from one of the 2. It'll say, click here if you're a teacher, click here if you're a cop. When they click on it, this is the way it pops up. The calendar pops up. Okay, they want to do it on the 29th. These are the time slots that are available. They click on that time, they confirm it, boom. They get an email, you get an email, and that's pretty cool. And so this is the way it looks. But what I was also showing you that I wanted to train on are what are called workflows. Workflows are something that is truly automated, because automation number 1 is the link goes out to help them schedule their own webinar with me. And by the way, I always have 2, now I only have 1. If I'm dealing with cops and I'm dealing with teachers, I don't want to go see them under any circumstances. If they insist that I want somebody in person, I will shop it around to see who wants to split it, with that agent taking the lion's share of the split in case it does turn into a sale, because I don't want to go. I don't want to go, and I'm not going to go for cops or for anybody. I'm just not going to go. And so I'd rather reach out to somebody in that area to see if they want to run it. And if they do, great. If they don't, we just lose it. I don't care. But I'm not going to go in person. I'm just not going to go. And so I've gotten too used to Zoom. And at the same time, my day is killed. If I have just 1 or 2 appointments in one day, my whole day is shot. So I only do Zoom once now. And there's a very, very, very rare exception. I just did a policy 2 weeks ago, but that was different because I was discussing other business with the person, and he insisted that I take his application, and I did. But anyways, so what I was getting at is the automation number 1 is from them booking themselves. That way you don't bug people. That way they don't set up an appointment on the spot just to get you out of their face, and they never keep it, and they never show up, and you drove all the way over there and blah, blah, blah. The second automation comes when you actually set up an appointment. So here's an appointment settings for my teacher financial review. I'm going to edit it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and come in here. And what I'm looking for is this, workflows. Workflows is true automation. Now, you can do some of those with the free account, but you're going to have to pay to use all of them. And I'm telling you, it is very inexpensive, especially if you pay annually. I don't like monthly subscriptions to anything. And usually you get a discount if you prepay the year. I always prepay for the year on as many things as I can, just because I hate monthly bills. I'm going to click on workflows, and workflows are basically just automations. I'll give you an example. And so when an event here, let me just make this bigger. So when an event is booked, so you saw me on that booking page over here, bam, when somebody hits confirm, immediately a text is going to come to the host. The host is you, the person that's hosting this. So you're going to get a text saying, hey, Javier Rodriguez just booked an appointment for a teacher pension maximization consultation. Great. Then it starts right here. 2 days before the event, an email will be sent out to the invitee. And then one day before, or one day after or before the event, additional resources, and then the event starts. 30 minutes after the event ends, automatically a thank you email will go and say, hey, thank you so much for attending. Here's a click here for the free book I was telling you about as to how to maximize your pension, or whatever the case might be. All this is done in an automated fashion. But you can, what's really nice about this also, you can actually even customize these things. I'll give you an example. So let me just go ahead. Let me go back over here and show you an example of what I'm talking about. So it's going to just show you what it is that you can do. And so here are the automations. Includes the following. Email reminder to invitee. I always have it sent out an hour before the meeting. Email reminder to host, to me. I always have it sent out to me an hour before. But the most important ones, in my opinion, are right here. Text a reminder to the host. You can do that for free. So the system will send you a text. I always have it sent to me 15 minutes before the event. And it almost always reminds, like, damn, I forgot. Okay. If on the free account, it just texts, it will send a text to just you. If you have the paid account, it sends a text message to your actual invitee as well. And that's very powerful because most people, kind of like right now, I sent out a text. I don't know how many of you, it really did remind you that the meeting was going to start right now. I would say 95% of the people, they appreciate the text when they want to be on something because it reminds them. The number one reason people don't show up to webinars, they forgot. They caught up watching TV, live, whatever. And so it does help. Also, when you go ahead and pay for the free account, you get a free text confirmation to the host. But when you actually go ahead and pay, you get a free, well, not free, but you get a text confirmation to the host and also to the invitee. And so once they book it, bam, immediately their phone lights up. You're confirmed for Petron Review with Javier Rodriguez. It gives everything. It's a great way, and I do mean a great way. And so I'll give you an example. Let me go back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and, so anyways, I'm not going to make it any longer than I have to, but you get the idea that this can truly help you automate. I'm telling you, I set up appointments for all kinds of things without having to be there, and that's key. Now, if you understand the power of this, you can combine it. You can literally combine this with flow code, which we talked about last time, and now you're really dangerous because if you give away an appointment card, have your flow code on it that links up to Calendly, because Calendly allows you to stay up to speed in real time. Now, the only thing you have to understand is that you can only have one landing page, and by landing page, let me go back over here. We're talking about your only page. So here's mine. Remember, calendly.com/leaderinAction2. When I click on that, there it is. And so this one has this one has that one. That's it. But you can customize this with your picture, with your intro. And so here, very simple. I would just literally come in here and let me see if I can go back over here. Go to my account settings, name, upload this bad boy, go to desktops. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Let's see this, there, apply, and there's that. Javi Rodriguez, and that's and retirement over 20 years. Please select appropriate appointment type below. And so there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. Now, when I go to my quote homepage, which is the Leader in Action 2, let me go back over here. Okay, so here we go. Let me just move this stuff around. I can't see it. And so here, let me just go back over here. This good thing is annoying. Okay, so anyway, let me see. Here we go. And so when I come in here and I go to my website, it is literally a website, as you guys can see there. Javier Rodriguez, I have served as financial and retirement strategist for over 20 years, please like that. And that's where you put your little message. And so you can just feed them here. Now I have my main Calendly account, which is the paid one, that I don't use it to have people come here. I use it for my own purposes. And so I never promote that one, because if I go to that one, Calendly.com/leader-in-action. Now, if I would never send somebody here. This is just for me, my own purposes, because I have literally, my police one. I mean, I have everything. I'm not going to confuse the hell out of somebody with this, but this is for me. So when I'm going to go promote college funding, okay, did I just come here? There's the college funding, and there's the link at the top that I'm going to copy for purposes of college funding. And I run my entire business life from here, because I automate everything. If you really, 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 really want to talk to me, set up an appointment, set up a webinar, go through my Calendly link that I'll send you, and blah, 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 blah. I even go so far as to customize it, because again, you can have as many of these events as you want. The Southgate PD Financial Review, the Pomona PD Financial Review. We're actually going back to Pomona and Azusa and Oster died, so we're going to do a fundraising event for them. And so this is the beauty of it. LA Sheriff's Department, PDC, San Bernardino PD. I mean, everything is literally here. And that's what I encourage you to leverage, to automate as much as your life as possible in your business, so that two things happen. You're more efficient, because all this really boils down to is efficiency. Focus on the things that matter. Run numbers with people. Thinking about business doesn't do a damn thing for you. Either you ran numbers this week or you didn't. You submitted applications or you didn't. And if it's a lot of you didn't, you're in trouble. That's just the reality of it. We can only stay in business for so long without revenue coming in. And so I encourage you to focus, and don't, blow smoke to yourself saying that, well, this week I'm going to just organize my desk so that way I can be more effective next week. Bull. Do the things that matter, and nothing matters more than quantifiable results. Any questions from anybody about anything before we wrap it up? Anything at all? Did the link for the police power phrases work?
No, it didn't.
Anybody? Did it work for anybody?
Yeah, no, it worked for me. I was able to download it and went straight to my Dropbox.
Okay. Anybody else did it work?
It worked.
Okay, so we got two works. Okay, Angie, it's probably your computer or something like that. Just so you guys know, I don't send out stuff during the week, so please don't ask me to do that. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. This is being recorded. We're gonna clean it up, upload it to our YouTube channel, and here's what I would send you. What I'm sending you right now. Let me just do this right now. And for whatever reason, people just don't want to do it. That's fine. But I want to know that at least I gave you the opportunity. Again, www.ffs on youtube.com. When you go there, subscribe to our channel, and then click the little notifications bell. When you do that, it will notify you when this stuff is up. I get 3 to 5 requests a week for email links and emails. I ignore them. I don't even reply to them. So if you're one of them, I'm sorry, but I don't have that kind of time, and you shouldn't have that kind of time for something we could address on a Saturday morning in front of everybody. Why not do it now? Now, the common denominator with the people that keep asking me for stuff is they're not even subscribed to the channel. So it's your right not to subscribe to the channel, but it's also my right to hold on to my time during the weeks. I can't stand repeating myself when, again, I'm asking everybody, anything, help, anything you need right now, speak up right now. And as soon as the webinar ends, texts start coming in for stuff we could have just discussed here. And I hate to say it, and I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything like that, but I refuse to roll backwards when it comes to time management. Well, we can just simply discuss it here. So go to FFS on youtube.com, subscribe to the channel if you want to. The video will be up there, will be uploaded by tomorrow, if not today. And the link for the power phrases and any links that I mentioned are actually going to be in the description box of the video on YouTube as well. Questions, comments, any good news from any leaders that want to recognize their people, anything happened in your team that you want to share with the rest of us? Anybody, please.
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to make a comment on Calendly. We're using it now. As a matter of fact, we have a presentation scheduled this coming Wednesday where we're actually using the combination of the flow code and the Calendly, and we're actually using a round robin calendar for the people that are going to be assigned for that particular school on there. And that's one of the features that I would recommend for strictly for people that actually have teams. It's worth it for you to pay for the paid account, because then you can set it up for your team if you want to, have them field appointments, through that, and it'll just be a round robin that will be circulated around. The other thing I would also emphasize too, once you do get a Calendly account, you got to be really, really good about scheduling your time on your personal calendar that's linked up to it. Because in the beginning, when we started using it, people weren't doing that, and all of a sudden appointments were coming in at an inconvenient time. Like if you're out and about doing something, and all of a sudden you got an appointment, they literally will come that fast unless you set it up so that they can't make appointments any sooner than a day or hours before. So that's a little bit more in depth. But I would also recommend, if you want to learn more about the Calendly paid account, watch the videos. There's plenty of tutorial videos on how to do that.
Perfect. Thank you. And what I'm doing is here, as you'll see on your page, I'm back to Calendly. I'm going to create an event. I'm going to create an event time. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and come in here. Hold on, please. I'm going to come in here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create either a group. Most of the time, it's going to be a one-on-one. I'm going to click on create. Here, it's going to be, church, college, whatever, review, okay? But here's what he was talking about. The locations, it could be in person, phone call, Google, Zoom. And if you tie your Zoom account to it, when I click on Zoom, I haven't connected my account on this particular one, but I'm going to just change it and I'm going to just do phone call. And then I'm going to go ahead and request the phone number from the person, the description. Please have everything you need. Please have your latest 403B statement with you. Please have this or whatever it is you want to do. You can go ahead and do that. Then you're going to go to the next. And here's what he was talking about, what George was talking about. Now, they can schedule in the next 60 days. Don't ever do that. I'm telling you right now, don't ever, 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 ever do that, because people will book it literally in 50 days from today, and they will never keep it. So I never do it more than 7 days. Absolute worst case scenario, 10, but you're asking for trouble already. So my recommendation, if they're not going to do it within the first 7 days, just move on. They're not going to do it, period. But whatever you want to. But here's part of what he was talking about. The duration is going to be, 30 minutes. I'm going to follow the current work schedule, which is, this is 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, whatever. You can create custom hours if you want to here, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, this is super important. Want to add time before your events. So what happens is if somebody books this at 9 a.m., 15 minutes means that nobody can book anything else for the previous 15 minutes to give me time to prepare. And so you can do that. You can go up to 3 hours. So that means that 3 hours before the event, for whatever reason, nobody can book anything. After the event, I always give myself time. And the reason I always do that is because sometimes you run long. So I don't want to end one at 9:30, and at 9:30 somebody is already winning, because they're going to, in many cases, use the same link. Don't do that. So I always say, block it 1 hour. Trust me, you want to make sure you do that. And then from there, what I'm going to do is, here we go. Start time, sometimes increments of 30 minutes, scheduling conditions, 4 hours. Now, this is super important, because I made a big mistake before where I would be sitting at home working on my laptop, and then I would get a notification. Somebody booked the webinar in 30 minutes. And I wasn't ready because I had something else to do or whatever. Because you don't want to block off your calendar excessively, but if you have an event, block it off. But sometimes anyway. And so for me, I do not allow anybody to book anything within at least 4 hours, so that when I get notified, I have 4 hours to scramble to get ready or do whatever I need to do. Otherwise, you can get a notification saying somebody scheduled the webinar in 30 minutes. And that's just simply not a good thing. And so anyways, I hope this helps. Any questions from anybody before we wrap it up again? Anybody? If not, I just want to say thank you for all that you do. We have more police events coming up than ever before with some of the new partnerships we're creating. So I would just encourage everybody to brush up for your own sake. Don't wait for me to call you, for your own sake. And whether it be police, whether it be churches, whether it be schools, there's never been ever a time where more people need what we offer than today. We survived really well the low interest rate environment. For those that don't know, rates are going back up again, which sucks if you're trying to buy or refinance your home, but it's great if you're saving for your retirement or for any type of savings account. And so again, borrowing, horrible, saving, yes. So I'm all for higher rates. I can't wait for them to get to 8% on home mortgages. That's what I've been waiting for a long time. It's going to cool off the market. As a matter of fact, today they were saying that just today, we had a 35 to 45% decrease in the number of pending home sales, which is good. It's out of control. It's been overdue. We had the big mess with the financial thing a couple of years ago, and it ran right into the pandemic. And so we've been way overdue for that. And so I think it's a great thing. I can't wait for rates to continue to rise. And then we're all going to benefit from it as well. Last call. Questions, comments, concerns? Going once?
Javier, I just wanted to say one thing. Thank you for those power phrases. I did get one officer, and then by using that, and then I scheduled an appointment, and that worked out. This was a little while ago, but then we also got his wife, and then recently, I think I don't know, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, the gentleman called me and says, hey, my daughter is interested in getting something. So I ended up, by saying those phrases, I got 3 for the phrase. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And one thing I will tell you, like I make this offer to everybody, if you're ever with a police officer and you need to drop some, and here's what it is. It's not credibility, but it's just some way to connect this with the business. Keith does a great job of doing one thing that I wish everybody here would do. And that is he will send me a text saying, hey, I'm sitting with the police officer. Can I call you? Because I just want you to talk to him, whatever. And the answer is yes, every single time, as long as I'm available, which I don't think there's ever been a time, because I've been at dinners, I've been at events, and I get my butt up and I go outside to wait for the call because I want to help you out. And Keith, I want to commend you for doing that. Don't do all the heavy lifting. He's telling me he's with the deputy. Where does he work? Oh, he's at Norwalk. Okay. You know what? Ask him about, and so I started to drop names. Oh, yeah. He left already. He moved on to he got promoted, whatever. But immediately it brings the level of trust to where it should be. He had it already because he brought him up, later on the wife, and now the daughter. But I'm just telling you, don't make things harder on yourself. Give me a call and say, as a matter of fact, I have a retired police officer, and let me do the heavy lifting for you. Just text me ahead. That's all I ask. Because many a times I'll get a call. I'm not available on the moment, so I'd send it to voicemail, and then later on I'll listen to it. Oh yeah, because I'm here with the officer. Don't do that. Text me. Say heads up. I'm going into a roll call, or heads up. I'm going to sit down with an officer in case I need you. Can I call you? Every time the answer is yes. I don't care where I'm at. I just simply walk out and we knock it out. So congratulations on you on that, Keith, and to everybody that's doing such a great job. And please don't ever say anything. Don't take anything I said the wrong way. You know that I want you to win more than probably you want to win, but we have to be honest and direct with each other, because if not, I really do want to feel like I played a part in your success and not that I'm an accomplice in your failure. That's all. So don't take it the wrong way, and we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next Saturday. Bye-bye.